Welcome. Now I am going to cover another very interesting fraud that has taken place during my uh, bank audit experience. I went for one of the nationalized banks. So previously going to the presentation, I want to say once again that if any fraud is undetected during the course of audit, then the auditor is held personally responsible. Otherwise, we have to face our institute action, and we have to face the bank's action also. This point you have to bear in mind before going for any audit. If you are doing the audit, you have to be very careful. And I want to share one of my very good experience. I think this will be useful to you. And the basic concept is the borrower has got 5 loans from 5 banks based on only one document. This is a very good experience I got. I want to narrate how to detect this type of fraud, because we know that we are thorough with rules and regulations of the bank, but I also insist in each and every place wherever I go for meeting that we should be master in reading the title deeds as well as documents. Here, in this case, this has happened in one of my nationalized bank audit. I went to the audit, and normally what I did, I usually I refer the legal opinion, but I usually read. I usually form my own legal opinion format. Then I will compare. This is my style of doing the audit. Here, one borrower has got loan from that bank, say to the tune of 1 crore, based on the document given. It is 100% correct. Then, after that, after a period of time, he has what he did. He has given the land to their sons, to his sons. He has given the document. That means, let us take as an example, the father has got loan from a bank by mortgaging survey number 57. So based on that, the loan has given, the legal opinion said yes, he has got a very good title, he can get the loan. Now after 2 years, what he did, he has divided the land into 4 parts. He has given each part to his 4 sons. That is survey number 57 by 1 to one son, 2 to his second son, third, fourth. In that manner, he has divided the document into 4 parts. He has given the document of land, that land document, to his sons as gift settlement deed. So this has happened. I went for a bank where the son, that is 57 bar 1, has applied for that bank as a loan. That is, I went for both banks. That is, father who has obtained, say, from X bank, 57 bar 1 for Y bank. When I scrutinized 57 bar 1, nothing is wrong, it is pakka. Then I went for other bank to do the audit, credit audit. Then I found that 57 bar 1, the son has also availed a loan of 25 lakhs from other bank. So in the gift settlement deed, there is one column. In the last column, you can see normally the persons, if he retains any property in the gift settlement deed, what he will do, since I have got some other property, I have not given the original title deed, original documents to the son. So he has retained, in support of that, he has given the copy of the document, or in some cases xerox of the original document. In that manner they will write. Suppose if I have gone for audit for that 57 bar 1 survey land. Then where I have scrutinized the document, everything is correct. But in my experience, I used to ask, suppose in case any part document is being given as collateral security, then I'll ask for the source of the document. Where is the document? When you apply for survey number 57 bar 1, it will show only nil encumbrance because the loan is being borrowed for the survey number 57 as a whole. So for 57 bar 1, if you apply for loan, then if you apply for encumbrance certificate, you will get only nil encumbrance as usual 2, 3, 4. What I did, I asked the person, that is asked the manager, sir, kindly get the encumbrance certificate for the survey number 57. Then he got shocked. I said, sir, I have already verified survey number 57, which was already mortgaged to this bank, some X bank. Now you have given a part of the land as loan by mortgaging the property. Then the manager has applied for survey number 57 encumbrance certificate. Then he found that survey number 57 is being mortgaged to X bank. Then he called the advocate. He endorsed, yes, it is correct, but he has produced only for encumbrance certificate bar 57 bar 1, which shows nil encumbrance. So this is the experience I want to share. All the 4 sons have got loan from 4 different banks. I also asked him to apply for 57 bar 2, 3, 4. All 4 documents, that is which have been bifurcated into 4 and given as gift settlement. All documents have been mortgaged to 4 different banks, and persons, that is their sons, they got the loan. So this is the experience I want to share. So nowadays, if there is any encumbrance in say in survey number 57, the registrar, he will ask the person who is gifting the property to get no encumbrance, no objection certificate from the bank. Nowadays it is not possible, but we are going for the audit for those documents, even for the earlier period also. So this is the experience I want to share. This fellow has got loan from 5 banks based on only 1 document. Once again I repeat, if there is any gift settlement deed, you have to go to the source of the document. Where is the original title deed? Whether entire square feet, entire land is being gifted or part of the land is gifted. If part of the land is being gifted, you have to ask for the original document position. Where is the original document? You have to ask, say, survey number for 57 bar 1, to ask that borrower to produce the original title deed for reference. Don't say that I don't want that original document for my loan. For my loan, you just ask for the original title deed. So here they swindled around 2 crores. Because of this, they got doubly benefited. Nowadays, when you apply for encumbrance, it is not possible, because even now, if we apply for survey number 57 bar 1, 2, 3, 4, the registrar will give a separate separate encumbrance certificate saying that it shows nil encumbrance. So as an auditor, please concentrate this type of transaction when you verify the file. This is the experience I want to share with you through this presentation. That is, you have to get the document properly verified. Otherwise, there will be a chance for fraud. Here, the customer has committed a fraud of rupees 2 crores, and when the bank went for recovery, they were not able to recover the amount. This is the position. So as a chartered accountant, as an auditor, you have to be very, very careful. That is reading the document, reading the title deed. That also, even patta is also being transferred based on this bifurcation, say 57 bar 1. This is the thing you have to see whether Even nowadays, even to transfer patta, the revenue department, they ask for the um, no objection certificate from the banker. Even they ask for the parent document encumbrance certificate. So this is the latest procedure. Then I want to share this experience with you. This borrower has got loan from 5 banks based on the only one document. This is the experience I want to share. Kindly go through the document verification carefully. Then you can find this type of fraud if it is there. And thanks for watching this video presentation. Nandri, Vanakkam.